Hey everybody, Message Mon here. How you doing today? I'm here today to help you clear some things up that you might be asking yourself. Questions you may need answered. I may never find the words to say to make me feel better today, but I'm searching, looking for a lonely peace of mind that I really need to find. It ain't working. Happiness is hard to achieve. I wonder if I'll be relieved from despair. And adding to the mass confusion, I can't tell truth from the delusions. Do you care? And I'm still asking questions. And I'm still asking questions. There's a lot of you out there probably asking questions like, what the hell is going on? Where are the arrests at? Where are all these criminals that we're supposed to be seeing? You know, where are these indictments that are supposed to be opened up? Well, folks, it's coming, and I know I've been saying it's coming for a while now. Our timeline's been a little bit off, but it's still coming. The bad guys will not win. The good guys will prevail. So what I've got here for you today is I've got Lynn Wood. And Lynn Wood is a prominent attorney. He's in the know of all these things that are going on. And I just want you to listen to a couple of things here. He's going to clear up Sarah for you. And he's also going to clear up the United States of America, Inc., compared to the United States of America, the Republic. And we want the Republic, folks, because Inc. has been infiltrated by communists. Check this out. Tell him, Lynn.
New man who's been the events of this year have awakened Sean to a lot of things.
Yes.
And I think when Sean first heard that the Dominion company, the vote counting machine, shared office space with George Soros in Toronto, I think his head almost exploded. I think when he saw that Eric Coomer, the head of strategy and security for Dominion, is an outspoken Antifa member, I think when he saw that the software that's used was Sequoia Smartmatic, was founded by the communists in Venezuela, I think I just would watch Sean's head. Just, what? What is going on? I think the head almost exploded. And that got him right into a relationship with Christ. Now, that being said, I told Sean, I said, Sean, you can write some questions that you want to ask Lynn. And so, Lynn, I'm going to let her rip here. Let's see what Sean has to ask you.
Okay. All right, Lynn. So I've got 4 of them here for you. All right. And the first one is on the subject of Nesara Jessara. Okay, I've been deep in the trenches of looking at alternative media here, so I'm now talking to a lawyer who is credible. This is supposedly called the National Economic Security and Recovery Act, or the Global Economic Security and Recovery Act. You can go find it at nesarahelp.org. Jessarahelp.org. But this is, Lynn, correct me here if I'm wrong or jump in if you need to, but apparently this is a piece of legislation that was signed into law by President William Jefferson Clinton in 1993. And according to a petition I found on change.org calling for the announcement of this, it should have been announced on September 11th, 2001 at 10 a.m.
Real quick, Lynn, just before you ask the question, do you believe that is real, sir?
Is that real?
I don't know the facts in terms of dates and Clinton and the fact that it was supposed to go into effect on September 11th of 2001, I believe you said.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the law is real. I do believe the law is necessary for the long-term survival of our country from an economic standpoint, and more importantly, from a freedom standpoint, where you return government to the people. So I do believe that Donald Trump will, in fact, I've heard it called Nasaris and Jasaris, I believe also, but I believe that he will enact that. Now, again, I'm not a historian, but my general knowledge tells me that around 1912, America defaulted on its notes. And the bank, the Rothschild Bank, which is now known as the Federal Reserve Bank, not owned by America, essentially, because we defaulted, took over our financial system. We had to bank through the Federal Reserve. They've been issuing all the money, paper money, eventually not backed by gold, not backed by silver, but backed by the full faith and credit of the United States. So it's almost like unsecured debt. And they've been printing it faster than they can make paper. And we are now one of the most we're a debtor country. And it strangles us. The interest strangles us. The control the Federal Reserve has over us strangles us. So when they formed and went into the relationship in the 1912 or thereabouts, we became the United States of America Incorporated, Inc. That was the entity that signed away the rights to the monetary system to the Federal Reserve or the Rothschilds. What I believe is that, in effect, put it in simple terms, Trump was always criticized because he had bankrupted two companies, and he said, hey, it was allowed by law, and it helped survive the companies so they could flourish again. And everybody criticized him about it. I believe that Donald Trump is going to bankrupt this country, the United States of America, Inc.
Now,
and
real
everybody's
quick.
going to say that's the smartest thing he's ever done.
Now, real quick. Lynn, I want to ask you.
Lynn,
I want to ask you real quick. I'm so sorry. I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
You just said the United States of America, Inc., and I have never spoken to you about this. That's an honest thing. You and I have never talked about the United States of America, Inc., ever. I know about this, and therefore I know you're not crazy. But could you explain what that is real quick, sir? So sorry to cut you off. I just know somebody just had their mind blown.
Well, and that was my next question, too,
Okay,
so I'd love to hear that.
So, Lynn, can you tell us about the United States of America, Inc.?
Well, before we incorporated, in order to take this transaction when we defaulted on our debt, we were the United States of America, the Republic. And since that time, we've been, in fact, doing our financial system through the Federal Reserve as the United States of America, Inc., a corporation. And that corporation can be bankrupted because we are spending more than we are bringing in. That's an element of bankruptcy. Our debt is greater than our assets. That's another element, either one of which would allow you to declare bankruptcy. So what happens? Just like in an individual, if you declare bankruptcy, you got to pay your secured creditors with the security, but your unsecured creditors get in line. Well, let me tell you something. We've been printing so much money, we'd never be able to pay it back. So what happens? One of the big things that would happen is who is one of our biggest creditors? Who owns a lot of our debt? China. If we bankrupt against China, the Chinese economy, which is already very fragile because of the America First policies instituted by President Trump, their economy will implode. What happens? Maybe the result of that is the Communist Chinese Party loses power and China returns to a country where the people of China take it back over. That's a real threat to China. It's a threat to the Communist Party of China. So they will pull out all stops to prevent their destruction. They'll pull out all stops to prevent Donald Trump from taking an action that is absolutely essential for the long-term survivability of America, the United States of America, the Republic. So I believe that if things go, hopefully they do go to someone's plan. It's not mine. But I'd like to see President Trump come back and serve as the 19th president of the United States of America, the Republic. Because that's the number that would apply if we went back in time to when we became Inc., back when we made the deal with the Rothschilds. I think we'd have an economy going back to the gold standard where our currency had value, not just paper. I think we would go back and we would find ourselves where you didn't have to have an income tax, where you could have a 17%, let's say, consumption tax, where the government would be able to help some of the people that might be harmed by the financial transaction in terms of mortgages or savings lost. We become once again a nation of economic prosperity, not a debtor nation. We'd be a debt-free nation, and our economy can generate the income to pay the bills. We got to run it like a business. You can't spend more than you make. Our assets in this country are great. The gold reserves, sufficient for the time being, but look what would happen. If we go through with the executive order from President Trump that he put into effect in 2018, all foreign countries who interfered in our election, all of the American companies that interfered in our election,
This is awesome.
all of the individuals who interfered in our election, the government has the right to confiscate their assets.
Take their money.
Now you see why America can be financially not only solvent, but financially well off to take care of the needs of this country and to still be able, where there's needs around the world, to help others.
It's pretty deep, huh? I hope that cleared up some things for you, you folks out there that are asking yourselves questions. You should be asking questions and trying to figure out the answers, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of people have been lying to us, and they want to keep us in the dark. They want to prevent us from waking up. And this is the age of awakeness. This is the age of knowledge. We're going into it, and we can't have these evil baby eating blood drinking bastards running things. So they have to go. And if you want to pick a side, pick the side of good, because there's only two sides, good and evil. Please visit flockofangels.org. Sign up if you want. Become one of the angels down there and get involved with the networks and the knowledge that we have flowing through. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. TTYL. Peace out.